everyone, welcome back to RJK English. So we started with the present simple, present continuous, then went into the past simple, past continuous. Then we did the present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. Now we're going to move that perfect form into the past. We are going to keep going through this book, English for Everyone. I am not sponsored by them, but I use it for people that I teach, and I find it to be really, really useful. I have a link below that I will post. So sometimes you talk about something that happened in the past, but you also talk about the thing that came before it. You're kind of moving the present into the past. I'm going to try to explain this. So past perfect simple, it is used to talk about an event that happened before another event in the past that affected the more current event. Okay, let's show what I mean. So here's the present. We're going to do present perfect continuous and present perfect simple. You're in the present, something just finished right here. That's present perfect simple and it affected the current. I have cooked. I have cooked. Done in the past, but it affects the current. I have been cooking for the last 2 hours. This is present perfect continuous, right? I have cooked. Happened for a continuous period of time. Might still be happening now, right? But now we're going to move all of that into the past. Here's the present perfect person, right? What do these bubbles mean? It's like you're thinking about something in the past. He's imagining something in the past, or she. So looking in the past, we're going to move everything to the past. So the person is thinking back to the past. At that time in the past, I had just done something. At that time in the past, I had been doing something. Do you see how this is being moved to the past? Because you're talking about the past. That's what we're going to be doing today. And today we're doing present perfect simple. So the bus had left by the time we arrived. The bus, I'm looking in the past, so we're thinking backward. Last week, I arrived at the bus station. I arrived. That's past simple. The bus had just left before I got there. How does that affect them? They missed the bus, right? So they're telling you a story. Last week, by the time we arrived, the bus had left. Something happened in the past, something happened right before it. Let's look at another one. Ben had finished paying by the time we returned to the table. What happened? We returned to the table. We came back to the table that we had all been eating at, and Ben had already paid for us. Isn't that annoying or wonderful when your friend does that? Right? Your friend pays for dinner when you are going to help pay. Okay, so how does this work? First, we have a past perfect simple clause. The bus had left. Subject, the bus, had, past participle left. If you don't know what a past participle is, look at our past video that is about past participles. They're almost, a lot of times they are just like the past tense, but sometimes they're not. For instance, I went, but I had gone. Gone is the past participle. I'm using it like an adjective in that, had gone. Okay, so I have my past perfect simple clause, meaning it's like a sentence, but it's not a full sentence, it's a clause. And then I'm going to connect it to a present simple clause, the one that was affected. The present simple clause is going to be the one that's closer to my time. The past perfect simple, I said past simple, right? The past perfect simple is going to be the one that happened right before it. So let's look at it so that it makes sense. The bus had left, past perfect simple clause. By the time, connector, and then what is this? This is just past simple, right? We arrived. We arrived. We arrived at the bus stop. We arrived at the bus stop or station. Let's look at this one. Past perfect clause. Past perfect simple clause. Ben had finished paying. He had finished paying by the time, connector, we returned to the table. That's past simple. That's how it works. Past simple describes the thing that happened closest to my time, and right before that, the past perfect simple happened, and it affected that past event. The bus had left by the time we arrived. We had missed the bus. Ben had finished paying by the time we returned to the table. You can also switch this. I'm going to switch all of this clause, the connector and the present and the past simple clause, to the front. And then I'm going to add a comma and put my past perfect simple. By the time we returned to the table, Ben had finished paying, or Ben had already finished paying. Ben had finished paying. First is the past simple with the connector, a comma, and then the past perfect simple. There's also a third way of doing this. If you use because, and there's probably some others as well. We were late because the bus had left. Here's my past perfect simple. The bus had, and then the past participle left. I left, actually, the bus had left. Okay, so in that I could use the simple one, the past simple, first and put because. Because is the reason that we were late. Okay, it's the reason for. This is the cause of this. Okay, let's look at some other examples. We were late because there were no parking spaces. Because, that's, we're putting the because in there. If I use a regular one, she had already read the book by the time I bought it for her as a present. She had already read the book by the time I bought it for her as a present. So I was planning to buy her this book as a present, but I waited. And by the time I bought her the book and brought it to her, she had already read it. Present perfect simple affects right now. It just happened and it affects right now. Past perfect simple happened before something and affected something in the past. So we're moving it to the present, to the past. That's really long, but I want to make sure that you get that idea. All right, see you guys. Hi everyone, welcome to RJK English. Make sure to like and subscribe, and that will help me make more of these videos. I'm on YouTube and on Instagram, and see us on Facebook, and we can talk further.